And now I'm going to share my computer. All right. So any questions before we start? I love your questions. Any questions? Hello. I'll also try to monitor online students. So for online students, you can type in your questions here. Type in your questions in chat area, or you can unmute yourself, speak up for online students. For face-to-face students, just raise your hand, okay? I try to balance between online students and face-to-face students to accommodate most students' need, okay? Ask questions anytime, stop me anytime for any questions, okay? Sorry, mic. Okay. Hope the mic is working. Can everyone hear clearly at the back? Can you hear me? Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. Try to make. Last class, one student emailed me, I could not hear you in class. I'm so sorry. So I should double check with everyone. Okay, make sure you can hear me. All right. Okay. So a couple of logistics. The due dates for my lab, I hope everyone already signing in for my lab. If not, please sign in as soon as possible, okay? I posted the due date for my lab. Here, my lab due dates. So basically, nothing is due until
May the 15th. May the 15th.
May the 5th?
Yeah. So next Saturday.
No. Today is May the 4th, right?
Yeah, May the 4th.
Oh yeah, May 15, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 4 modules due May 15. So nothing is due yet, but based on course outline, each class we have 1 module due. So I actually extended the first few modules until May the 15th. Okay, until May the 15th. So make sure you do the online modules. There are several purposes. 1, help you understand the concept and the techniques. 2, prepare yourself for the test 1. Okay. So pay attention for those due dates. Okay. This is the first thing I want to know. Now, one question from online students. For the midterm and final exam, are there with the lockdown browser? Details will be announced, okay? So as long as you are honest, try to write the test by yourself, okay? Follow up the academic integrity rules, you should be fine, regardless lockdown browser or non-lockdown browser, okay? Each student will get different questions for the test and exam, okay? All right. Any other questions?
Where is the syllabus? I've been looking for the syllabus. I haven't been able to find it.
Oh, thank you. The syllabus is the course outline. Oh my goodness. Syllabus.
Oh, it's not posted.
I post codes are somewhere here. Let me see. Thank you, Kevin. I don't know why it is disappeared. So I'm going to post course outline right now, okay? Course outline. I did it. Why it disappeared? I uploaded it. Syllabus. Oh. So this is syllabus. I want to post both version, Word version and PDF version. Okay, the course outline is here. I just added, oops. Is this the one? So the last item is the course outline, okay? You should be able to get it. Okay, thank you for your observation. You are doing the favor for more students. One online student said, I appreciate your effort. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Other questions? Please ask questions anytime. Stop me anytime for anything, okay?
Oh.
Yes.
Sorry, for the textbook. Are there solutions to there's questions in the textbook. However, I don't see the solutions for the e-text.
I am the solutions. Ask me for any questions.
Okay, okay.
Okay. And the other one, there are free tutoring information available here. So signing up for free tutoring. Here, free tutoring, go to announcement. Go to here, register for free tutoring sections, okay? And ask me questions. I love questions during class, especially, okay? Yeah, okay. Any other questions? And tell me the page number, question number, where you stuck, okay? Yeah, after you tackled it, okay? Yeah. Okay, any other questions? All right, okay. Now, lecture 2. Lecture 2 is a continuation for lecture 1. We continue to talk about the numbers, variables, and then we also talk about the ratios, percentage applications to business. So those are the topics for today. Okay, you can get this PowerPoint on D2L. So what are the irrational numbers? We did some exercise last class. This is the definition. If a number cannot be expressed as a ratio of integers, that is rational numbers. For example, square root of 5. Can you express square root of 5 into a ratio of integers? No. And the other example is pi. Pi like equal to. It is never stop this number. So that is irrational numbers. Okay. There are some notations. Irrational number, we use I represent irrational numbers. Okay. Irrational numbers are numbers cannot be expressed as a ratio of integers. Another definition, rational numbers can be represented as non-repeating, non-terminating decimal numbers. Non-repeating number, that is an irrational number. For example, this number is non-repeating. So this number is an irrational number. Okay, and this is also non-terminating, this number. Non-stop, it is never stopped, this number. Real number, we use letter R. Rational number, we use letter Q. Rational number is the number in fraction format, A over B, fraction format. Natural numbers, capital N, it is just 1, 2, 3, okay, natural numbers. Or natural numbers sometimes also called positive integers. And then integers is the use letter Z, include negative and 0. And the relationship among those, it is this. Real number include rational number Q and irrational number. Okay, and rational number include natural number and integer. Those are the relationship. So for example, if a number is natural number, for example, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is natural number. 1, 2, 3 also belong to Q, rational number. Because you see this diagram, 1, 2, 3 also belong to Q, rational number. And 1, 2, 3 also belong to R, real number. Okay. The other example, this is the integers. For example, 0, -1, -2, 1, 2. Those are integers. So 0 is an integer. 0 is also rational number Q. 0 is also real number R. An irrational number example, square root of 7 pi, square root of 2, square root of 3, etc. Those are irrational numbers. Any questions? Okay. And also this terminology will be used on your tutorial. My lab work asks you what is the rule used. It is associative rule or commutative rule. Okay. Remember we did some question last class. So associative rule for addition refer to A plus B plus C equal to A plus bracket B plus C. This is associative rule for addition. Commutative rule, if you have A plus B equal to B plus A, that is a commutative rule. Identity, 0 plus anything equal to anything plus 0. This is identity. Inverse. Right. I give you example. The number 2, what is the inverse of number 2? It is -2. And what is the inverse of -3? It is 3. That is inverse. Similarly, you have multiplication for associative. For example, 2 times 4, then times 7 equal to 2 times 4 times 7. This is associative rule for multiplication. Commutative rule, for example, 5 times 8 equal to 8 times 5. This is commutative rule for multiplication. Identity. So 1 times any number equal to any number times 1. Inverse. So the inverse of number 2 is 1 over 2. because if you multiply them together, it is 1. The inverse of -3 is -1/3. Okay. And then we have distributive rule. This is distributive rule. Any questions? All right. So real numbers. All the number is given here. Those are real numbers. Those are real numbers. At the same time, they are also irrational numbers. All the number you see, irrational number, because those numbers cannot be expressed as a ratio of 2 integers, or those numbers are non-repeating, non-terminating. And this is the diagram showing the relationship between real number, rational number, irrational number. The whole box here is the real number. In real number, you have 2 categories. One is rational number. The other is irrational number, rational number, irrational number. The example of irrational number, square root of 3, square root of 5, etc. And all these numbers are rational numbers. So rational number could include integers. And inside integers, you could have natural numbers. So take example of -2. -2 is an integer. -2 is not natural number, because natural number only include positive countable number. So -2 is integer, but -2 is not natural number. However, -2 is rational number. -2 is rational number because -2 can be expressed as -2/1, can be expressed as a ratio. If any number can be written as a ratio, it is a rational number. Now take another example, 0.317. This is a rational number because you can express 0.317 to 317/1000. This number is a ratio of 2 integers. That's why 0.317 is a rational number, but 0.317 is not integer. It is not integer. And 0.317 is not natural number. Okay. Any questions? All right. There are some properties of real numbers. We already did that. Okay, we know 2 + 3 = 3 + 2. Can somebody name what is this, the name for this property? This is the question in my lab. What is the name for this property? 2 + 3 = 3 + 2. Based on what property? Yes. Excellent. Commutative for addition. Perfect. The rule is commutative for addition. Okay. So again, this is the properties of real numbers. Okay. If you say commutative, there are 2 situations. This is for addition, A + B = B + A. The next one, A times B equal to B times A is for multiplication. Okay, so both situations refer to commutative. Associative properties. So for addition, A plus B bracket plus C equal to A plus bracket B plus C. And this is for multiplicative. And then we have distributive properties. Those could be the questions in my lab, or could be the questions in test and final exam. Any questions? Last class, we actually went over those some exponents. So this is actually a little bit review. Just want to give you some examples, okay? So for example, 3 raised to power 5 times 3. No, okay, 3 raised to power 4. So what is this number? Excellent, 3 to power 9. However, if I write down 3 raised to power 5 times 4 raised to power 5, what is this? I will write down a result. This is a question from past students. You correct my mistake, okay? Equal to 7 raised to power 5. Is this correct? This is wrong.
Shouldn't it be 12?
This is wrong. Do not do this. And this rule only have common base. 3 and 4 is not the common base. You cannot apply this. Okay, so I will erase this. This is wrong. And the next one, 4 raised to power 7 over 4 raised to power 12. What is the result of this one? Anyone want to try this question? 4 raised to power -5. Excellent. Can somebody give us another answer? This is correct. There is another answer. What is the other expression? Yes. Perfect, thank you. So based on this, you get this. They're both correct, correct, correct. And then 3 raised to power 2, then raised to power 4. What is this result? Maybe I'll write down beside the property here. 3 raised to power 2, then raised to power 4. Yes, 3 raised to power 8 based on this property. Okay. And then 2 over 3 raised to power 5. What is the result based on this property? Perfect. And then what is 0 raised to power 0? This is not exist. We do not allow this expression. This does not exist. Okay. But if you say 2 raised to power 0. Yes. Excellent. -3 raised to power 0. Yeah, so anything raised to power 0 is 1. This anything is not 0, except 0, anything raised to power 0 is 1. And then 4 raised to power -5 equal to what? Based on this rule. Yeah, 1 over 4 raised to power 5. So we already did this exercise. Hope you can go over by yourself. Now let's explain the radical notation. Radical notation. So this left-hand side is fraction exponents, fractional exponents. Right-hand side is radical notation. Radical notation usually come up with the square. This one here. Okay. Or this one. Those are radical notation. Okay. Generally speaking, this is the general format. If you have a raised to power m over n, use radical format. It is a raised to power m square root of, take n square root, n root. Okay, now let's, I pause for a moment. Make sure you understand each and every example here, and then you ask questions. Go over each example to see if you can understand why is this. Go over each of them, or can you maybe erase the right-hand side? Can you write down the right-hand side if I cover right-hand side? Can you write it down? And please ask questions. We are learning mathematics, but at the same time, we also doing mathematics. Learning mathematics and doing mathematics, yes. Thank you. Why it is 2? Let's do it together. So left-hand side, 2 raised to power 1 over 2, okay? Based on this formula, we stick to this formula. This formula said it is 4 raised to power 1, take square root. Okay. Make sure, okay. So any question for this step, just based on this rule here. Okay. And then it is just square root of 4. We all know square root of 4 is 2. Thank you for asking. Okay. Again, make sure you know how to go from left to right. If I leave, okay. They're all based on this basic formula. This is the foundation. This one here is the foundation. Okay. Radicals. Okay. How do we do multiplication for radicals? So square root of 5 times square root of 2. It is just square root of 5 times 2. And equal to square root of 10. You directly multiply. And then square root of 2 times square root of 12 equal to 4 times 12. And then how do you simplify this one? You do this. 4 is 2 raised to, okay. Actually, they're complicated. There are many ways to do it. One way, 4 is 2 raised to power 2, right? Times 12, 12 is 3 times 4. And 4, 3 times 4. Maybe this way. 12 is 3 times 4, right? 12. Then I combine this 4 with this 4. So equal to 4 times 4 is 4 squared. Copy down the 3. Okay. And then continue equal 4 squared Okay, and if you have this square root cancelled out, so it is 4 square root of 3. So this kind of thing, you need to put your hands. If I give you this question, you need to come up with this result. How do you come up with this result? There are many ways, but make sure you know how to do it. Similarly, let's do this one. Simplify this one. There are many ways to do it. One way, it is here. I will use another way. So I will copy down the question. So equal to, I know 8 is 2 raised to power 3. I know 27 is 3 raised to power 3. Okay. And then you have 3 cancelled out 2. 3 cancelled out 3. So this is the final result. This is another way to do it. One way is here. This is another way solution. So again, make sure you can do it using whatever method to come up with the correct answer 6. Questions? All right, so move on. So far we talked about radicals, numbers. Now we change to the ratios. Business information is often based on comparison of related quantities stated in the form of ratio. When 2 or more ratios are equivalent, a proportion equating the ratios can be set up. This is just a general rule. How do we express written the ratio? So we use the word 2, for example, 5 to 2. Sometimes we use the column or as the fraction. Okay, we also, because 2 over 5 over 2, you can write down this, and it is just 2.5. So use decimal. Okay, so 2.5 is the same as 250%. So those are different forms for ratios. Although there are many different forms, but when you compare 2 or more than 2, we usually use the column format. For example, 5 kg to 3 kg to 2 kg. And usually we'll drop the unit. Just write down 5 to 3 to 2. Questions? Now, how do we reduce ratios to lowest term? So for example, I have ratio 80 to 35. How do I reduce to lowest term? Excellent. So it is the same as 80 divided by 5 to 35 divided by 5. The same thing. And then 80 divided by 5 is what? 16. 35 divided by 5 is 7. So you reduced from here to here. You reduced it. Again, make sure you can do it. Okay. Next, how do you reduce this one? 81 to 54 to 27. Good observation. So they're all multiple of 9. So everybody divided by 9. Everybody divided by 9. Everybody divided by 9. Okay. And then you got 9. Okay.
And then you can reduce that by dividing all those numbers by 3.
Excellent. So everybody divided by 3 this time. Everybody divided by 3. As you can see, sometimes we need some steps. Okay. So final answer 3 to 2 to 1. This is one way. The other way you do here. Okay, if you can directly spot 27 is the common factor of all these 3 numbers, 27. You do this way. You direct, okay. So many ways to do it. Questions? Okay, equivalent ratios in higher terms. Why we need to use higher term? We want to eliminate decimals. Eliminate decimals. For example, 1.25 to 3.75 to 7.5. How do we change this to higher term? Okay, each number we multiply by 100. Our objective is to eliminate decimal. So 1.25 multiplied by 100, 3.75 multiplied by 100, 7.5 multiplied by 100. Okay. And then 1.25 multiplied by 100 is 125, 375. This one is 75. And then you use the method here to simplify this ratio. Okay. So everybody in here has the multiple of 25, looks like. This is 7. Okay. And then each number you divide it by 125. Each number divided by 125. And you get the simplest format, 1/3. Any questions? What kind of calculator are you allowed? Usually it is a non-programming calculator.
Is there a specific model?
No, not specific model. So, yeah. Any other questions? Non-programming calculators are allowed. Not specific, could be any, yeah.
Like the BA2 plus or?
BA plus, taxes, you mean?
Yeah, that one, the financial.
Oh, the financial one is allowed. Because the last 2 modules will do financial mathematics, we'll do simple interest, compound interest. Financial calculators are allowed. Okay. Actually, you don't need to worry about what kind of calculator. Whatever on your hand, you can use it.
Oh,
Okay, so no worries. Okay. Yeah. I don't inspect your calculator. Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, this one this topic is a little bit hard. We'll go slowly for this one, and please stop me if you have any questions. Okay, this is the question. How do you allocate 660 into the ratio 3:2? How do you allocate? Means how do you 660 put into two numbers? Those two numbers, the ratio is 3:2. That is the question. Is that clear? Okay, so what is the question here?
So 60%.
What is the two number? The two number add together is 660. And these two number take ratio, it is 3:2. What is X, what is Y? That is the question. Is that clear? Found two numbers. Those two numbers add together 660. If you do the ratio of those two numbers, it is 3:2. What are those two numbers?
So if you take 660 and multiply it by 0.4. Right, wouldn't that be?
You are on the right track. What you are talking is here.
What is 264?
Yeah, you are here.
And if you take, so what was left over would be 60%, so 60, so 0.6 times 660
Excellent.
and 0.6 is 396.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah. So basically, there are two methods. Method B, you talked about method B. You actually, in your mind, you did the total number of parts. So 3 to 5, total number of parts is 5. And then you take 3/5 times the number, you got this number. Then 2/5, you got this number. That you actually did in method B. There's another method, method A. First, found the total number of parts is 5. You have 5 parts. So what is the each part? You have 5 parts. What is the each part? You use 660 divided by 5, you get 132, right? And then the first number has 3 parts. The second number has 2 parts. So 3 times 1 part, you get this. 2 times 1 part, you get this number. Is that clear? So this is the method A. There are actually method C to solve for these two equations, two unknowns, systems of equations. Okay, solve these systems of equations. We'll do these equations in later lectures, not in today's lecture. So any questions about allocation according to ratio? Okay, now you have a basic foundation for allocation to ratio. Now, give you another question. This question is tough. This question is tough here. I give you a moment to read the question by yourself. This business question here.
You have to find the common denominator.
Right.
that you can figure out. So that it's all balancing.
Excellent. This one is tough. I give you a few moments to think by yourself. Any questions for online students? Okay, shall we take a break? After break, we tackle this question. We solve for this question, okay? So come back at 7 o'clock. Break.
please. But the examples we do, whatever. Well, yeah. That makes sense. The examples. It's. Well,
All right, shall we continue? Any questions before we continue? Okay, before break, we did the one question about allocation according to ratio. Now we do the second question. This question is the same as something like that. So if you have this amount of money and you want to give this money to your 3 children, in the ratio of 1/3, 3/8, 5/12. What is the amount that each child will receive? Same question. So I just put into the different context. Help you understand what is asked, what is this question. Try to increase the font size. Okay, this is the same question. If you have this amount of money, you have 3 children, you want to give the money to children based on this ratio, what amount each child should receive? Is that clear? This is the question, maybe easy to understand. Okay, so to solve this question, as one student suggests, we have to find the common denominator. Okay, and that common denominator actually the least common denominator. Okay, so found the least common denominator. So the denominator is 3, 8, 12. Try to find a number that is the multiple of 3. At the same time, the number is also multiple of 8. At the same time, that number is also multiple of 12. Which number is a multiple of 3? At the same time, it is a multiple of 8. At the same time, it is a multiple of 12. Which number? There are many of them. The smallest one is 24. Did you see that? 24 is the multiples of 3. 24 is the multiples of 8. 24 is the multiple of 12. Okay. There are also any other numbers. For example, 48. 48 is a multiple of 3. 48 is a multiple of 8. 48 is a multiple of 12. But this 48 is not the least. Okay. So the least is 24, the smallest. Okay. So once we found the common denominator, what we do, rewrite the original ratio in 24. Denominator is 24. So 1/3, do you agree it is the same as 24? Do you agree 1/3 is 8/24? And then 3/8 is the same as 9/24. And then 5/12 is 10/24. Any questions? So first step, change this ratio to ratio that have common denominator. So it becomes 8/24, 9/24, 10/24. Okay, any questions? Once you are here, use method A. Use method A, total number of parts. What is total number of parts? Okay. Total number of parts. You use 8 plus 9 plus 10. What is that? 27. Right? And this comes to here. So total parts is 27. And the first person get 8 parts. So 8. Oh, so you want to get the total number of parts. So each part is how much money? Each part is this money. Is that clear? Total, you have 27 parts. 27 parts is the same as this amount of money. The question is, what is each part? Once you figure out each part, okay, 3 child, the first child will get 8 parts. Second child will get 9 parts. Third child will get 10 parts. So the final answer, the first child get this amount, the second child, third child. Okay, I just changed the question into this. You have 3 children. You have this amount to give your 3 children in those ratio. Any questions? Okay. So far it is a ratio. Now proportions. Proportions. When 2 ratios are equal, they form proportion. For example, 2:3 equal to 4:6. And this is the proportion. So they are all the proportion. X to 5, if you have equal to 7 to 35, example of proportion. So they're all examples of proportions. So now let's solve the proportion problem. If you have 2 to 5 equal to 8 to 8x, question is, what is x? There are many ways to do it. Usually, people will do inner part 5 times 8 equal to 2 times x. Okay, so 5 times 8 equal to 2 times x. 40 equal to 2x. So x is 20. Right? This is one way to do it. Another way, people will write this original question to 2/5 equal to 8/x.
In order to get to, for them to get to 2 to 8, you have to multiply by 4. So if you just multiply 5 by 4, you get
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. But we want to introduce genuine method. Genuine method, you use the cross multiplication. So 2 times x equal to 5 times 8. So 2x equal to 5 times 8. So 2x equal to 40, x equal to 20. You get the same result. Okay. So any questions? So I would suggest use this method here. First step, you put the ratio into this format. And then use cross multiplication to solve it. Okay, I use actually this method here. With whatever method, if I were you, when I go home, I just look at this question to see, I'll pull out a piece of paper to see I can come up with x equal to 20. If you stop, you come here, look at the solution, or email me for your questions. I actually prefer you ask questions in class. Okay. Another question about proportion. If your car can travel 385 kilometers on 25 liters of gasoline, how far can it travel on 24 liters? This is a very good question. So how far can it travel? So let's say x. Okay, your car can travel x kilometers. So when you travel 385, you use 35 liter gasoline. And now how far x, you travel x, you'll use 24. Okay, and now you have this equation, and you use cross multiplication. 385 times 24 equal to 35 times x. Okay, so 35 times x equal to 385 times 24. Okay, and then you solve for this x equal to 385 times 24 divided by 35. And the final answer for x, 264. Okay. Any questions? This is how we write ratio. We already did that, okay? A to B is the same as A column B or A over B. They are the same expression. Those three, exactly the same thing. Write a ratio for each word phrase. How do you write ratio of 7 yards to 4 yards? The answer is this or this. How do you find the ratio of 8 feet to 6 yards? So I will give you, one student said, 8 feet to 6 yards. This is wrong. Why? 8 feet to 6 yards, it is wrong. Yeah, that should be the same units. The measurement units, 8 is feet, 6 is yards. Yeah, so you have to first convert 6 yards to feet so that they have the same unit. 1 yard is 3 feet. 1 yard is 3 feet. So 6 yards is 18 feet. Then the question becomes 8 feet to 18 feet. 8 feet to 18 feet. So 8 feet to 18 feet. The result is 4 to 9. Any questions? Okay. Right ratio. What size is the best buy? Which size has lowest unit price? This is when you go to grocery store, you have peanut butter, 18 ounce. You see a bottle of peanut butter is said 18 ounce. The price is $3.49. You see another bottle of peanut butter, 28 ounce, $4.99. Then another peanut butter, 40 ounce, $6.79. Which one do you want to buy? Of course, you want to buy the one with the cheapest price. You want to save money, especially in current economic situations. Okay, so you need to find out what is the unit price, what is the price per ounce. So try to find what is the price per ounce. And then you select the smallest. So if 18 ounce, you pay this $3.49, what is each ounce? Over 18. That is each ounce is 3.49 over 18. And the next one, if 28 ounce is $4.99, what is each ounce? So you use 4.99 divided by 28. Last one, 40 ounce, it is $4.79. So what is each ounce? So $6.79 divided by 40. So you just need to figure out what is each result. So the result is this 0.194, 0.178, and 0.17. So the last one is best buy, the cheapest one. Any questions? Okay. The general proportion, if you have A over B equal to C over D, it is the same as A times D equal to B times C. A times D equal to B times C, the same thing. And it is the same as A over C equal to B over D, the same thing as this one. And it is the same as B over D equal to A over C. And it is the same as D over B equal to C over A. All the stuff I write down the same thing. All the boxes are the equivalent. And we call A times B, D, or B times C. There's a terminology, cross products. A times D, B times C are cross products. Okay, questions? Okay, now solve the proportion. So first, you use multiplication rule. 3 times x equal to 2 times 51. 3 times x, 2 times 51. And then 2 times 51 is 102. And then solve for x. X equal to 102 divided by 3, 34. Questions? Right. Now let's solve this question. Solve for this proportion. So first step, use cross multiplication. So 3 times bracket w plus 1 equal to bracket w minus 4 times 6. So I write down. Yes, 3 times w plus 1 equal to w minus 4 bracket times 6, multiplication rule, cross multiplication. Any question on the first step, cross multiplication? And then you take away the bracket, left-hand side, you have 3w plus 3, right-hand side, 6w minus 24. Okay, and then you collect like term, move item around, maybe move this, move this 6w to the left-hand side. I just move 6w to left-hand side. So collect like term, you got negative 3w. Now move this 3 to right-hand side. Move this 3 to right-hand side. So negative 3w, negative 27, w equal to 9. Okay, you could use this another method here, they're similar. So please put your hand on the paper. Given this, can you get w equal to 9? If yes, congratulations. If no, you need to study harder. Okay, application problems. After Edwin pumped 7 gallons of gasoline, the display shows the price is $15.33. When he finished pumping the gasoline, the display read $35.04. How many gallons did he pump? How many? So when he pumped 7 gallons, it costs $15.33. Okay, now how many gallon, X gallon will cost $35.04. And then you use the cross multiplication. X 15 times 15.33 times X equal to 7 times 35.4, this step. Okay, and solve for X. Any questions? Okay. So found percentages and the percent. So this is about percentage question. So usually we use amount over base equal to percent over 100, or A over B equal to P over 100. So this amount is also called percentage. Is compared with the base. So what does this percent mean? Means per 100. So this is just the concept, okay? Now let's solve question. What is 16% of 750? What is 16% of 750? This kind of question, you can directly solve it. You just directly use 750 times 16%. Okay, you should get 120. Directly multiplication. What is 16% of 750? This is one way to do it. Another way to do it, you use this formula, A over B equal to P over 100. You know P is 16. Okay, you know the base is 750, but you don't know this A. Okay, and then you use cross multiplication. 100 times A equal to 750 times 16. You get A 120. Any questions? Okay. Another example, a CD with regular price of $15 is on sale this week at 26% off. Found the amount of discount and the sale price. This is very common question. If you go to Eaton Center, lots of this stuff, 15% off, 20% off. Okay, it is very common in the retail stores. So what do? There are two answers. One answer, you directly look at original price $15, but you take 26% off. So what is the discount? Yeah, discount just 15 times 26%. That is the discount. $15 times 26%. That is discount, $3.90. 90.
I did 15 times 0.74, which is 100 minus.
Excellent. So the sale price, you just take original price minus discounted price. That is the sale price. Sale price, original price minus discounted price. Another way, as you suggest, original price times 74% is the sale price. Or sale price equal to $15 times 74%. That is the sale price. You get the same number. Is this kind of question too simple, or do you think it is too simple? Okay, some students said too simple, yeah. Like grade 5, grade 6 students. Okay. This example, computer advertisement. But this one, the allocation of ratio, that question is tough. Okay, so far we, okay, we move on to this question. A computer advertisement was listed in the newspaper for 595. So our computer is 595. The regular price is 850. What percent of the regular price was the saving? So first, let's understand the question. What percent of the regular price was the saving? Okay, so our computer, the regular price 850, it is on sale. Now it is just cost 595. How much do you save? 850 minus 595. You save $255. Yeah, and the question asks you what percent of the regular price. So you use 250. You use 250 divided by the regular price. That is the percent. The result is 30%. This is a common way, common sense. The other way, you use our formula here. A over B equal to P over 100. Yeah.
In the store.
Any questions? Okay. That concludes the lecture part. And remember, we also do question part, tutorial. Okay. The file for tutorial is also posted on D2L. So now let's go tutorial. So go tutorial 2. You should have this document on D2L, tutorials. Solve the question 1. By use of a times b raised to power n, a over b raised to power n, those are the properties show that prove that a over b raised to power negative n equal to b raised to power a, b over a raised to power n. So show this, prove this equal. Okay. So let's do this. I need more space. Okay, so let's do this. How do I show A over B? So left-hand side equal to this one. So this is, we are asked to show this. They are equal. How? So remember we have a raised to power negative n equal to 1 over a raised to power n, use that formula. Or maybe I use x to avoid that. X raised to power negative n equal to 1 over x raised to n. Okay, so use this one, I get it is 1 over a over b raised to power n. That's right. Any questions? Questions? So this is a left-hand side. Left-hand side. Okay. And continue. So this equal to a raised to power n over b raised to power n. This data formula said m over n raised to power maybe I will use it. X over y raised to power m equal to x raised to power m y raised to power m. I use this one. And this one equal to b raised to power n over a raised to power n. The same thing, ratio. And this equal to b over a raised to power n. And this is right-hand side. So I proved left-hand side equal to right-hand side. I pause for a moment to see if you have any questions. So that is a question 1, we proved. Okay. Question 2. When study solar energy system, the units encountered are this one. Simplify units and include joules. It is just a unit of for energy. Only positive exponents in the final result. So basically, you are asked to simplify Kg times S raised to power negative 1 times m times S raised to power negative 2, then raised to power 2. And you are asked to use joules. So 1J equal to 1K times S raised to power negative 2 times M raised to power 2. Okay, so let's do this together, okay? So this one equal to Kg times S raised to power 1 times M raised to power 2 times S raised to power negative 4. Okay. Any questions? And now I want this term. I want here. I want 1 kg times S raised to power negative 2 times M squared. So I already have kg here, M squared here, but here I got S negative 1, but I want negative 2 here. If I have negative 2, you'll match this one. Okay, and to have negative 2, what do? You have negative 4 here. Instead of negative 4, okay, I will do next step. I will do step by step. Okay, next step, I will copy down everything. -4, s raised to power -4, I will write down -1 times -3. S raised to power -1 times s raised to power -3. Any questions? And now I will combine, this is s raised to power -1, s raised to power -1. The result is s raised to power -2. Why I need -2? Here, -2, s raised to power -2. Okay. So now I will go Kg times s raised to power 2, m squared, s raised to power 3. And what is this? This is 1j. It is said here. 1j equal to this. So I got that is 1j. 1j is the same as j as -3. And it is said only positive exponents in final result. I have negative exponents change to positive exponents. So read requirement carefully. This is the final result, j over s raised to power 3. Any questions? Yes.
So I can look confused just with the second step, you have s to the power of -1, and then and then there's another s to the power of -4.
I divide, I use -4 is the same as -1 -3. Remember, so s raised to power -4 is the same as s raised to power -1 times s raised to power -3. Basic rule. It's like x raised to power m times x raised to power n equal to xm plus n. The same thing here. The reason I divide -4 into -1, -1 is that I want to produce -2 here. I want to produce -2, s raised to power -2. But I only have s raised to power -1. I need another s raised to power -1 to become s raised to power -2. Thank you for your question. Other questions? So again, when you go home, please redo this. How do you come from here to here? I give you the answer on the tutorials. Shall we move on? Question 3, simplify the given expression. Simplify this one. So first, we know this one equal to x minus 6 squared, and then 1/6, because x minus 6 squared equal to x squared minus 12x plus 36. So that's why x squared minus 12x plus 36, it is the same as x minus 6 bracket square. It is here. So this is equal. And then I use a property. So if x raised to power m, then raised to power n equal to x m times n. So this one equal to x plus 6 raised to power 2 times 1 over 2. 2 times 1 over 2 is 1. So the final answer x minus 6 is the final answer. Final answer I put into the box. And then the second question, we simplify this one. So this equal to x plus 6, okay? For what x is this answer valid? Multiple choice questions A, B, C, D. For what x this answer is valid? How do we tackle this question? For what x it is valid? So remember the original question is 1 over 2. 1 over 2 is the same as square root. So original is the same as this square root. And when you have a square root, you must ensure something inside this square root is greater or equal to 0. Otherwise, you cannot have square root of -4, right? We are talking about real number. So you must ensure anything inside this square root is positive. And from here, you solve the actually inequalities. So for what x, this one greater equal to 0. And then this part, you can simplify x minus 6 square greater than equal to 0. Okay. And then this is the correct answer. I give you a moment to digest why this is the correct answer, D.
6 is greater than 0 and infinity is greater.
Yeah, so from here we get x greater equal to 6. I pause for a moment to see if you have any questions. Okay, so shall we move on question 4? We have many questions. Today we need second break. Okay, so shall we all take a break? Back at 8 o'clock, we continue the rest of the questions. We may need to select, eliminate some questions. Okay, everyone, 10-minute break, back at 8 o'clock. We start question 4. When we come back, we start question 4. All right, shall we continue? Are there any questions, anything? Okay, so question 4. Naturally existing plutonium isotope has a half-life of approximate 5,750 years if A0 is the original amount present then the amount present after t years is given by this expression. If 47 is present initially, how much is present after 3,150 years? So means t equal to 3,150 years. Okay, so this number is t. You just plug in t into this expression. So AT equal to A0. What is A0? Yeah, 47. A0 is initial amount times 2 raised to power negative t. T is 3,150 t. See, after, yeah, this is t. Okay. Then over 5,750. So equal to 47 times, this is times 2 raised to this number. So I have to use Excel to do it. Oh, this is my Excel. My Excel is right here. Oh, by the way, your test and exam, Excel is allowed. You can use Excel, okay? Calculator is allowed, Excel is allowed, but make sure you do your work, no collaboration, no third-party involvement. In the past, we got one student hired another person. We found it. This student not get 0 in the course, but expected from the Ryerson University, Toronto MU. Expected. So 0 in the course is just a minimum, maximum could be expelled by university. Okay. So let's all help to maintain academic integrity. Okay, return our question. I need to calculate what is negative 3,150 divided by, okay, it is this number, and then this number raised to power 2. Why I not directly do it? So equal 47. 47 times 2 raised to power of this number. Okay, so the result 32.15. 32.15 is the result. But if you type in this number in MyLab, you do not get 4 marks. You get mark deducted because read instruction round to 1 decimal. So the final result should be 32.2, not 0.15, round to 1 decimal. If that happens, you argue for your mark back. I'm sorry, no mark back. This is mathematics course. Accuracy must be maintained. You have to read requirements. If your answer 32.15, you have mark deducted. You cannot get that mark back because it is said round to 1 decimal. The final answer should be 32.2, not 0.15. Okay, shall we move on? Question 5. An approximate equation for efficiency of energy is E equal to this. R is the compaction ratio. Explain how this equation can be written with fractional exponents, and then find E when R equal to 7.95. So basically, you are asked the fractional exponents. So originally you have E equal to 100 times. Okay, so this one, R square, and then take fifth root. This is radical, so this one is the same as R raised to power 2/5. Remember, we have basic formula. If you have A raised to power M, then N equal to A M/N. So first step, change this part to here. And the second step, remember when we have X, 1/x raised to power M equal to X negative M. Okay, so it becomes negative 2/5. Okay, so this is the solution. This is the first question, written with fraction exponents. And then ask you to find E when R equal to 7.92. So replace R with 7.92, find E. So I'll just use Excel. So I want to find what is 100 times, equal 100 times bracket 1 minus 7.92 raised to power negative 2/5. So I need to use this number. Excel, press enter. I got 56.297. I'll just copy this. So this is Excel, and the final answer. See, round to 2 decimals. If I directly provide the result from Excel, I will get mark. So copy. So if you give this number too many decimals, your mark will be deducted. Okay, so this number, you have to write down 50.30. 56.30. 2 decimals. Keep 2 decimals. Questions? Okay, question 6 is very easy. Directly use 8 plus 2, you get 10 times 10 and square root of 2. This is basic operation for radicals. Radical. Then we move on, question 7. Question 7. The adjacent sides of parallelogram are square root of 45. I give you a diagram here. This is a diagram for parallelogram. So square root of 45, square root of 48. What is the parameter of the parallelogram? Okay, so parallelogram has just two. You have this is square root 45. This is also square root 45. And this one is also square root of 48. So add those four sides together is the parameter. Four sides, add four sides together. So the correct answer is A. This is multiple choice questions. Although it is multiple choice question, as you can see, it is still involved in calculation. Okay. Question 8. Question 8, 3 squares with area of, I have 3 squares here, you see on my diagram. 112, 63, this is 63, and 175, so 3 squares. What is the sum of the parameters of the squares? You are given, those numbers are area, those are the area. If you take the square root, there are, it is too messy here, I will rewrite the, so, okay. This is a square, 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 and the area is those are the area. So because they are square, you have 4 sides, right? The area of square equal to side square. If you take side square, you get area. So what is the side? Side is just the square root of area. Take the square root of area, you get the side. So this, the first side equal to square root of 112. The second side, square root of 63, square root of 175. Those are the side. So what is the side for each square? Now let's look at the question. The question asks you, what is the sum of the parameters? The question asks you sum of parameters. So the sum of the parameters equal to one square have 4 sides. One side is this 4 times, okay? One square has 4 sides. Okay? And then you just need to simplify this expression. So now simplify these radicals. How do you simplify? Let's try, okay? 4 there are 3 items. Shall we simplify each item instead of copy down other items? So what you need to do, you need to simplify square root of 112. Simplify square root of 63, square root of 175. Let's simplify each item, then we plug in back here. Is that clear? We simplify each item. So how do we simplify 112 square root? So 112 equal to 4 times 'Is this clear? Is this correct? 28 times 4. Yeah, it is correct. So, okay. And then it is equal to square root of 4, square root of 28. Square root of 4 is 2. Then 28, I continue. 28 equal to what? 2 times 14, right? So this equal to 4 times 7. 28 equal to 4 times 7. Okay, and then this equal to square root of 4 times square root of 7. Square root of 4 equal to 2. So this is 2 square root of 7. So I simplified square root of 112 equal to 2 square root of 7. Square root of 7. Okay. Next, I simplify square root of 63. So it is 7 times 9. 7 times 9 is 63. And square root of 9 is 3. Is that right? Please stop me. Please ask questions. So last one, I need to simplify 175. So this one is 25 times 7. 25 times 7 is 175. And then 25, square root of 25 is 5. Okay. And now going back here, equal to 4 times square root of 112 is 4 times 2 square root of 7. And plus 4 times square root of 63. So 3. Last one, 4 times square root of 174. 5. So all the item has square root of 7. So this is 8 square root of 7, 12 square root of 7, 20 square root of 7. So last answer is 40 square root of 7. Questions? Okay, move on to next question. Time limit, maybe I want to skip this one. Okay, have some skip this one. And this one, question 15. I'll jump to question 15. As last minute deal, Don and Mary booked 7-day cruise for a total of $690. If the normal price is 1,380, what discount percent did they receive? So the question asks you percent. Yeah, so
50% discount.
so what is discount? Discount is just original price minus promotion sale price. This is discount. Then the question do not ask you discount. The question asks you discount percent. So you have to use this number divided by original price. So 50%. Read the question carefully. Did the question ask you discount? Or did the question ask you discount percent? If the question asks you discount, it is just use 1,380 minus 390. That is the discount. If the question asks you discount percent, you have to divide it by original price. Questions?
Easy.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Let's go to question 16. A family has monthly income of 2,600, plans to spend 12% on entertainment. How much will be spent on entertainment? This one is also easy, right? Directly use 2,600 times 12%. Okay, so directly use 2,600 times 12%. That is how much spent on. This one is also very easy, right? So the final answer, $312. And if I change the question, I ask you, how much does family spend on non-entertainment? Everything else is the same. The family has income 2,600. They spend 12% on entertainment. But I ask you, how much spent on non-entertainment? How much spent on non-entertainment? Yeah, you use original monthly income minus entertainment. It is a non-entertainment, including transportation, food, shelter, blah, 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 clothes, okay? So read the question carefully again. Uh, 17, I might also skip. Let's do 18. 18. I give you a moment, you read the question, try to solve by yourself. I give you 1 minute. So I give you the answer here. And how do you solve it? It is here. So you use 7,105 minus 725. The result divided by 725, you equal to 8.8. But the question asks you percent. So what is 8.8 in percent? Yeah, 880%.
It says 4 in decimal, so would that be 1 decimal point?
That's that type an integral
Is it 4 in decimal?
without decimal, because my final answer is 8.8. 8.8 is the same as 880%. There is no decimal here.
Oh, okay.
Will you change to that percentage? Yeah, that is our last question. Okay. In summary, we did a lot of stuff today: real numbers, variables, radicals, percent, ratios, allocation of ratios, as well as the application problems in business, in physics, in radiological materials. Okay. Next class will follow the same format. If you cannot attend in person, you can join online. Okay, I provided the link. And if you can attend, so your choice. Okay. Next class will start chapter 2. Chapter 2. Okay. Thank you so much. We do have some time. If you have questions, you are welcome to stay here to ask questions. If you don't have questions, feel free to go. Thank you for your participation. Good night, good weekend. I'll see you next time. So for online students, are there any questions?
Thank you, Professor.
Good night, okay. Okay, bye.